If you feel wiped out after hanging out with people, there's a strong chance you've been misunderstanding yourself for a long time. Maybe you've been told you're antisocial, awkward, too quiet, or too sensitive, but psychology actually points to something very different. For a lot of people, getting drained by socializing isn't a flaw. It's a sign of a deep cognitive processing style. Your brain doesn't skim life, it dives in, and depth always takes energy. If that already feels a little too accurate, stick with me. Because this isn't about fixing yourself. It's about finally understanding yourself. First, you process way more than people realize. Psychology shows that some people naturally absorb more information during social interaction. You're not just listening to words, you're picking up tone, body language, facial expressions, awkward pauses, emotional shifts, what's being said, and what's being avoided. While other people are relaxed and filtering most of that out, your brain is clocking everything. So what feels like a casual conversation to someone else can feel like a full mental workout to you. By the time it's over, you're exhausted, not because you hate people, but because your brain has been running on high the entire time. The upside is huge, though. This is why your intuition is strong and why you often understand people better than they understand themselves. Second, your brain doesn't really do autopilot. Research indicates that people with deeper cognitive processing rely less on quick, automatic thinking and more on conscious reflection. In social situations, most people fall back on scripts, small talk, jokes, familiar patterns. You don't. You stay mentally present. You think before you speak. You actually process what's being said. That means your brain never fully relaxes in conversation. Even simple interactions take effort. That's why long social days can feel overwhelming. But it's also why, when you do speak, people tend to listen. You're not just talking to fill silence. You're saying something that actually matters. Third, you don't just think social interactions, you feel them. Psychology shows that people with higher sensitivity don't only process information deeply, they process emotions deeply too. When someone around you is tense, uncomfortable, excited, or emotionally off, your nervous system picks it up immediately. You feel it in your body. So crowded rooms, forced conversations, or subtle conflict can drain you fast, even if nothing bad happened. That doesn't make you weak. It means your empathy is dialed way up. You're tuned into emotional signals that most people completely miss. The key isn't shutting that down. It's learning how to protect your energy without disconnecting from who you are. Fourth, your brain genuinely needs more recovery time. Research on nervous system sensitivity shows that some people burn more mental energy during social interaction than others. Extroverts often recharge by being around people. You don't. Every interaction costs something because you're thinking, feeling, observing, and staying aware all at once. Afterward, your system needs quiet to reset. That's not avoidance, that's regulation. When you're alone, your mind organizes everything it took in. That's when your clarity comes back. That's when creativity kicks in. Solitude isn't loneliness for you, it's maintenance. Fifth, you're wired for depth, not volume, when it comes to relationships. Psychology shows that people who process deeply usually prefer fewer but more meaningful connections. Surface-level interaction can feel empty or even draining. You don't want to talk just to talk. You want conversations that go somewhere. Ideas, values, emotions, real stuff. When that depth isn't there, your brain keeps searching for it anyway, which creates internal tension. That's why one real conversation can energize you more than an entire night of socializing. It's not that you're picky. Your standard for connection is just higher. Sixth, for some people, This deep processing developed as a form of awareness. Psychology shows that when someone has experienced emotional unpredictability or broken trust, the brain learns to stay alert. You might subconsciously scan interactions for sincerity, safety, or hidden motives. Even when everything is fine, your nervous system stays slightly on guard. That constant awareness takes energy, but it also gives you strong discernment. You're not easily fooled. With healing and self-trust, that vigilance turns into wisdom instead of tension. Here's the part you really need to hear. Feeling drained after socializing does not mean something is wrong with you. It means your brain works differently. You're not built for nonstop stimulation, endless interaction, or shallow connection. You're built for depth, insight, and awareness. The exhaustion isn't failure, it's feedback. It's your nervous system telling you what it needs. When you stop forcing yourself to socialize like everyone else, things change. You start choosing environments, people, and rhythms that actually fit you. You give yourself permission to leave early, to say no, to recharge without guilt. And when you do show up, you're more present, more grounded, and more real. If this video put words to something you felt for years, but never knew how to explain, you're not alone. There are a lot of people like you quietly moving through the world with deep minds and sensitive systems. You don't need to be louder, tougher, or more outgoing to be valuable. You just need to understand how your mind works. If you want more psychology insights that help you understand yourself instead of fighting yourself, hit subscribe. The next video might explain something about you that finally makes everything click.